Everyone. Thank you for joining us for the Timechain Summer of Code inauguration. You guys have been waiting for us, and we'll just start the program in about 2 minutes. We're just waiting for everyone to join in, and the program should also be live on YouTube. Once we have the confirmation, we'll begin. Keep the messages pouring in. We can see your messages. So please tell us how excited you are, what you're looking forward to, and what are questions we need to answer. We'll take up everything up. Hi, Christian. Hi, Pranay. Hi, Mohammed. There are people from everywhere. Hello, everyone. Hi, Piyush. Hi, Abhishek. All right, I think that is enough people who have joined us now, and let's begin our program. So, thank you so much that you all guys all joined us. The Time Chain Summer of Code is beginning today with a very exciting start from our chief guest, whom I'll introduce you very quickly. Thank you for the great turnout that we had of 1,000 plus registrations across the world in 7 countries with 150 plus colleges participating. I am so glad that we are having such a cream crowd of developers working with us to achieve the Bitcoin Satoshi vision. And for that, we have our chief guest, Cyrille Albrecht, who is the managing director for Bitcoin Association. He is a well respected figure with extensive knowledge in the fintech, insurance, consulting, and blockchain space. And over to you, Cyrille. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Rowan. Hello, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here today and also an honor to kick off this program together with Rowan. Let me share my slides. Can you see it? Yeah, perfect. Good. Okay, so the next few minutes, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about where are we today, challenges, opportunities for the future. And I would like to start with this slide here. Blockchain. Where do we go? There are different definitions, there are different forecasts. I thought I'd take this one here from Gartner. So you can see on the left side, Internet of Information, that was the enabling the technology 2010, then Internet of Content, Internet of Value, and so on. So this is the journey where we are currently. And when we look forward to the future, you see also on the right side, we talk about trillions of goods and services. So we talk about big numbers. That brings me to the BSV network, to the BSV blockchain protocol, the 4 pillars of the BSV blockchain. Most of you know that already. It's more a refresher, but still, I think it's worth to mention it. So I mentioned about big numbers, trillions. We will also talk later about transactions, a lot of transactions per second. So that's why stability, scalability, obviously are very important key features. Security and also micropayments are other big benefits provided by the BSV blockchain. I would like to start a little bit less technology oriented. Please forgive me. I know you are all more technical driven. I'm also a technical guy, but please forgive me. I think it's good to set the scene more from a business need. So here there are just a few examples, current existing use case, which already today are real. I won't go in all the details, but just to set the scene again. So the first one is really more about collecting data, make it available on the blockchain so that easier to handle data. And most of you know blockchain defining transaction, handling UTXO, fees. It's not trivial if you're not an expert. So the first use case here makes it simplify things. So going a little bit away from the technology, focusing more on the business need. The second use case is a use case which is a process with, let's say, very paperwork heavy. The idea is to simplify this process, to optimize it, and to implement it on the blockchain with a token solution. And the third use case, predict ecology, is another use case. You can read it. The idea is to collect data. This pilot project is about tree data, but you could also do it with all kind of other assets, water, temperatures, all kind of assets or data. And again, the idea is also here to provide this data in an easy way for people who need them for different kind of things. So these are just a few use cases. There are more use cases. You see the link below. There are also details, how it works, real examples. There is much more, obviously. There are also use cases like healthcare, supply management, government, CDBC. So it's endless when you hear all those use cases. But I think it's important we see a bit where the journey is going. This is another small one. I thought it's always nice to play around. You know probably this one already. But again, if you don't know, please try it out. It's a way how you can mint a free NFT on the blockchain just to play around. It's just another good example what kind of features the technology is providing. Now let's move a little bit more to technical aspects and especially to the challenges. Where are we today? Where do we go in the future? So I would like to start with a few examples. The first one is a technical one. You know, today BSV handles several thousand transactions per second. But with all what we discussed before with the use cases, and I'm sure you already heard about other people talking about hundreds of thousands of transactions or even more, millions of transactions per second. It's all about scalability, as mentioned before. So how do we handle that? 1 million transactions per second. Imagine, this is a lot of data on this in 1 second. So I can tell you currently a team is working on this project. It's called Terranode project. And the idea obviously in this project and the challenges is to parallelize everything what is possible, microservice architecture. And when I say parallelizing, then I don't mean it only on the software side, I also mean it on the hardware side. So horizontal scaling for software and hardware, just to give you one nice example. Another example challenge obviously is also the whole topic about cybersecurity, attacks. Also, this is a huge challenge. How can you handle all those challenges from a technology perspective? Business users normally, they don't want to know all the details, very complex environment. They just want to use the technology as a commodity. So this is also an aspect which is important. We need talented young people who are able to deal in this complex environment from a technology perspective, so that for a non-technology user, for a non-blockchain user, let's call it like that, just to enjoy the benefits of this technology. Other aspects, still challenges, are also the whole operational costs. So even if you have a great way to create millions of transactions per second, there is also we also need to take care of costs. So a business case, I know this is more money driven, you probably are less interested in that, but also here, this is also a huge challenge. When I talk to my colleagues, architecture experts, developers, etc., DevOps engineers, having a solution is good, but again, the solution also must be optimized. So the operational cost has to be in a reasonable way that people are motivated to come to the BSV network, as one more example. And finally, another aspect is also where we need to work on it is you guys are technology driven. I know that. As I said, I'm also coming from this area. But I can also tell you, I learned that on the hard way. I worked 2 years before for TAL, software mining company, as a CTO, and technology is only one aspect. So what is also a challenge and what is also very important is to map the business needs to the IT, to the technology. So technology itself doesn't sell. So this is also just another challenge where we need to take care. And at the end, technology is always also a topic of trust, also something, you know that. So, but it's still worth to mention it. Now, moving further, you as a developer, you as a builder, you are interested not to reinvent the whole wheel. So Bitcoin Association provides a lot of tools on the infrastructure and let's call it on the platform layer. So basic blockchain infrastructure services, tools. You have an example here. Terranode, we talked already about that just a few minutes ago. IPv6, Light Client. There are a lot of tools which we provide to enable the community, the ecosystem, that not everybody needs to reinvent the wheel. Or another example is what's on chain. It's a data explorer, which is showing what's going on the network. 2 screenshots here. Also here, a good example how important it is that you can really focus more on application layer or on the platform layer, wherever you would like to jump on it. We tried really to provide you good tools, make your life easier, that you can focus on your purpose, on your business needs. Then a quick word about vision and mission. The BSV ecosystem vision, probably you already heard a few people talking about it. Vision, we complete the internet. Mission, transforming the world from Web 2 to Web 3. That's the overall ecosystem, vision and mission. From a Bitcoin Association perspective, you see it below. These are our 2 statements. So on the left side, mission, protect the protocol. That means cybersecurity, network operational center on the network, as already mentioned at the beginning, to defend attacks and other aspects, and obviously empowering the builders, as we saw and heard before, tools, etc. The vision, a data protocol that is scalable, open to anyone globally, usable for micropayments, and traceable within existing legal structures. Finally, we need you. That's my final statement. We need young, talented people who are interested, who are hungry to learn the technology, who are helping us to grow the ecosystem. I'm also like to see technical people who have passion. This is something where you can't Google if you have a problem with token, perhaps. But most of what we do here on the BSV is new. So you can't just buy a book and read about specific topics. So I think if you are passionate and if you are interested also to try new things, which is not defined, which is still, the journey is still ongoing, then I think that's a great moment for you to join this program, to enjoy the next few months. And I wish you good luck. And I hand over back to Rowan.
Thank you so much, Cyril, for inspiring all of us for the next 3 months that's coming. And let me go ahead with telling you more about the program and how we are going to move forward. I myself, I am running Timechain Labs, and we are one of the organizations in this program who is participating, along with Smart Ledger and Zoway of Xscript and other mentors who have joined us. So here is the list of mentors in the program who will be guiding you in the multiple different projects that we have listed. Gregory Ward of Smart Ledger is leading projects that you will see him on the Discord. He will be joining you in this week's session on Saturday itself, as well as Zoe will be taking a session on Script, how you use Script to make smart contracts on the Bitcoin SV blockchain, and how you can program different transactions of Bitcoin. And that's where different solutions come in. Zemming helps you to design the economics and the business use cases also, so that the design of the architecture of transactions are making sense. So we have the multitude of mentors who are guiding us in order to help you make the project from every single direction. Santosh will help you in making the front end side. Any doubts, any references you need, any help you need on front end, he's there. Raghu is there from a product management perspective to guide you on different aspects of how the project is managed and the product features are decided, as well as the back end side of things is taken care by Joshua and David. David himself is a systems architect, a genius in terms of architecting different smart contract solutions on Bitcoin. With that, I move on to tell you more about what we're really looking to do. We, Timechain Labs in India, has been building on the Satoshi vision, which is the vision of the original Bitcoin protocol. And we have been building the infrastructure for people in India to access the blockchain and developers to be able to build applications from here. And not just here, we're empowering more people across the regions to be able to build different applications. And Bitcoin Satoshi Vision itself is a blockchain that scales and has unbounded scalability, doing tremendous amount of transactions per day, the most amount of transactions that happen in a single day, millions of transactions. And this is the metric that we follow: the amount of transactions your application that you develop can generate. That is how much you utilize the ledger, and that is the metric that we encourage in our application development. About the program, which you have been waiting for, these 3 months we'll be working with all of you to develop 40 different projects that we have listed on our website, 5 different organizations helping you, 10 mentors guiding you, and 1,000 contributors, all making sure that the blockchain projects come to fruition at the end of the program. And you guys learn. And there are many perks of what you get from the program. The top 20 projects get to present at the MetaNet DevCon that's happening in September. The developer conference will give you traction in terms of building your own career. The top 20 developers on the leaderboard after 1 month of contribution will also be invited to the Citadel in Hyderabad with an all expenses paid stay as well as accommodation provided. You will learn blockchain development from scratch, whatever level you are in. We'll start you from JavaScript development all the way to smart contract development. And you will be proficient and have TSOC as a badge that gives you entry into different companies in the ecosystem and gives you a gateway, a doorway into building your career in blockchain. Merchandise and certificates, as well as the NFT certificates, will be given to your wallet if you score more than 300 points. There is a points system we have in order for you to reach a certain number of contribution points. Only then you are qualified and you are successful in the program to get the certificates, get the recognition, and go ahead with a successful internship program. You'll get mentors, and you will network with the top developers in the ecosystem. Contribution. What is the point scale that we have? We have 6 different levels which give you different points based on the difficulty and amount of contribution. You have to combine these levels in order to reach a number of 300 in order to get a certificate from the program. A very basic level of contribution is to add the documentation of the project. This Any contribution is a valuable contribution. You start from a documentation that is also valued. You can do a bug fix, which is holding the code back at certain level. There are project managers who are assigning issues, creating issues, and each issue has a point, and once you raise a pull request that is merged, you get those points. And there is a leaderboard on the website that is maintaining the points. And the top 20 developers who are invited to the Citadel are also selected from that leaderboard, as well as the leaderboard goes much beyond 300. We expect people to be hitting more than 1,000 easily. It will be going to 3,000 plus for the highest ranking contributors is what we expect. A landing page front-end development gets you 40 points. Refactoring of functionalities and entire functionality addition to the code base gives you 50 points. And the entire blockchain development, the smart contract development feature addition gives you 70 points. And as we go on in the project deeper and you're interacting with the project managers, you will also get clarified on these point system even further along. How is the timeline like? So we are right now in the certification, learning, and setup phase. Many of you, I expect, have already been onboarded to our Discord server, where there are already 800 participants engaging. And we want you to be completing the Bitcoin Basics certification course as the first step, as well as other resources we'll be sharing in the coming days that will set you up for the program and make sure your systems are also completely ready so to be successful in the program. And we are coming in with the first project kickoff session this Friday for all the different projects. You will get an invite to your calendar also for it. Mentor allocation are going on a rolling basis. Rebecca will join me to tell you more about how that is going on. The top 20 contributors will be announced 1 month from now, which is 15th June. And this is going to be repeated 1 month more from then of the 2 months timeline of who is the top 20. And again, they'll be invited to the Citadel as well. So we have given you 2 opportunities to make it to the top 20, and obviously the final ranking is still there. So midsummer check-in happens on 1st of July, where we check in with you guys of where you are with the different projects and help you move forward if you're really stuck. But the mentors are there every week. You have a session with the mentors scheduled so that you can have your problems resolved and you move forward and don't get stuck on a project issue for a long time. The program concludes on 10th August, and we'll take some time to review all the project submissions, finally what we have, and announce the results on the 14th of August. This will set the criteria for what happens on MetaNet Developer Conference happening in September, as you will get to present the projects you developed with your hard-earned efforts in this program. So we have a lot of projects. Around 40 of them are listed currently on the website. There are beginner-friendly projects, there are intermediate projects, there are advanced projects. These are the 3 categorizations we have, and that's what we're also using to allocate different projects based on your skill level. Here, I'm going through a brief about the different projects in the beginner-friendly criteria, the Big Blockers community website for anyone into front-end development with some basic wallet integrations of giving tips. Add to wallet button, which can be embeddable button on any website to pick up items from that website and pick it up and put it in your wallet. That kind of a feature, a component for anyone to integrate. A Zapier marketplace widget. So Zapier is a tool that exists, and a BSV widget for Zapier automation for people to make transactions and connect it to different applications, automated gateway for it. Salesforce, I've seen some developers also are there in a program who are Salesforce experts, a plugin for that. We have different projects that are plugins and widgets to different databases or to different services that exist in the market. Swipe widget, these are the Bitcoin friendly, beginner friendly projects. A tic-tac-toe game, this is by Script, in which you program the smart contract for tic-tac-toe itself. Web 2 clones, there are 4 different projects inside it by a script organization itself, the to-do list, as well as a PDF plugin for Bitcoin. Intermediate projects go on to include NFT marketplace like Anokha, builder for Unity games and Unreal Engine games, which is more of a plugin for Unity. That is what is there, which enables you to connect the blockchain to the metaverse, which is the game building engines. Contract store, which is a contract marketplace where different smart contracts can be combined and more complex smart contracts can be built, and different transactions trigger different transactions on different contracts. Browser activity trace tool, which is going to help you manage your browser activity and trace it using the blockchain. A Git management system with incentives. This is from Gate to Chain. And Tab Manager wallet. QuickBooks, which is an auditing platform, has a plugin that helps you connect the QuickBook audit transactions to the blockchain and helps in auditing. A Bubble plugin for app developers who are more along the lines of using no-code platform called Bubble to use it. A SAP plugin, which are all intermediate projects. Then there come advanced projects. I won't go very deep into it, but these are very ecosystem enhancing projects which will help you dive deep into the smart contract side of the ecosystem of how they work and contribute heavily into ecosystem development. Bitcoin distributed file system is an alternative to the IPFS system for distributed file storage and hosting services with a spectrum of latency and speed of access. Security token solution is a token solution made of ERC 1400, which is a security token converted to Bitcoin. MetaDAO is a DAO platform on Bitcoin itself. DEX, a decentralized exchange. Bitcoin virtual machine, which is standardized just like WebAssembly virtual machine is standardized and EVM is standardized. Payout, which is a standardization of payments for different wallets, login for different wallets in the ecosystem. A voting token authorization system, which just allows you to vote. Bridge token, which is bridging every single asset of different blockchains like ERC tokens, ERC20 tokens, the Ethereum tokens, the BTC tokens, and Polygon tokens and other tokens as well, to be bridged on the BSV blockchain so that they can benefit from the scalability and transaction fees of BSV blockchain. Zero knowledge proof applications, which is an entire track by itself by a script organization. Metanet extension for loading Metanet based websites, which can enable your browser to support Metanet applications. There's new protocol, and working with Ty Everett has also been helping us with this as the mentor. Micro credentials system, in which credentials are tracked. Ultra forms, will go into it, how dynamic forms using Bitcoin powered transactions are constructed. AI chain. It's a very interesting project with the chaining of AI agents on the blockchain itself for ethical AI based on blockchain. And anyone interested very much in AI can also go for that. Predicate programming interface. Some projects here are research projects that if you make progress on it, and even even if it is not a complete project by itself, but there's a lot of progress on it, it makes for a great contribution as well. Going on, we have been sending out emails for the selection badges, which most of you must have received. If you have not, contact the organizers, who I'll be letting you know where to contact. You will be receiving NFTs on your email with the certificates of the internship program as well when you hit 300 points. A weekly schedule is there for following the program. Every week we have sprint review meetings with your project manager. The first kickoff session is this Friday. Then we have daily stand up with the lead developer of the project, in which you have to report in the morning to the developer, and then you go on throughout the day. There's a project management system using Jira for issue tracking, that you will learn how development really works. And we have the mentor session coming in on the Saturday for whatever doubts remain throughout the week, wherever you're stuck to be resolved. We have the expert edge session also from leading BSV organizations who will be presenting their tools to allow you to build different applications which you're building and give you knowledge. Like the first expert session by Script is also coming in just this Saturday. And we'll follow up every week with a session or every Saturday with a different organization, giving you tips and tricks as well as knowledge of how to build applications, which make you a very good smart contract developer. Next steps is to make sure you are there in the WhatsApp announcement group of TSOC, so you're updated always with the sessions and programs and announcements that are coming in. We are continuously having exciting activities happening. Discord, you must be there on Discord. If you're not, make sure you have the link and join Discord, because that's where we have the channels for different projects getting managed by different project managers and developers and mentors, all in that channel. Rebecca will come in and tell you about how the project allocation is working, how that is going along. The learning resources section is there on Discord as well. There's a channel, a section in which different channels are there for front end, back end, blockchain, and setup. All of those channels have different resources that will be shared that you have to follow this week is for that. The Bitcoin Basics certificate course has been shared with you that each of you is required to complete in order for you to be allocated to the different projects. And the kickoff session with each project manager is happening this Wednesday to Friday. You will have the kickoff session scheduled. Until then, we are requesting you to complete the Bitcoin Basics course and begin with the learning resources that have been shared with you on the different channels. The town hall sessions happen every Saturday with the project breakout rooms with different mentors there as well. The town hall session itself is the expert session combined with it, so that you are having a group session with every single community member who's participating in TSOC and talk and take your Discord conversations to video. The project allocation, I'll invite Rebecca to join me to tell you more about how that is working. We came across this request from many people that they want to have their interests and their skills taken into account to allocate the project. So we are allowing people to select the project based on the selection they do using a self-roll channel. Rebecca, please go ahead. Please tell them more about it.
Yeah. Hi, Rohan. I can just present the screen.
All right.
So hey guys, I hope you got tons of insights from this session. So just to give you some clarity about the project allocation. So since we have like received like a lot of response, so and the basic idea behind mapping the contributors to every project was their tech skills. So now that you guys are already know what you know best, so we have decided to give you guys the opportunity to select the project which will best suit you guys based on your knowledge, based on your skill set, based on your level of advancement in the blockchain space. So our website will be updated with all the projects, and based on the information there, you can just select a project that you want to contribute to. So in our Discord right now, we have private channels for the various projects. There are around 30, more than 30 projects which are associated with the program. And then I'll also create a channel called as self role. So that channel is basically gonna have, like, a list of project names along with a few reactions. So you will have to basically react to that particular reaction which is associated with a particular project. So suppose there's a project called BitHost, the Bitcoin distributed, file system. So that project will have a heart. So you will have to just react to that heart, and you will get that role, and that private channel will be visible to you. So in that way, you can contribute to that one project and lead to the development of it. And yeah, I hope you get a lot of value out of this program by learning and contributing to this Bitcoin development projects. So that's our main goal, to help you. I mean, to onboard you and get you started with blockchain. So that's about it. We will have a discussion about this in Discord. If any of you are facing troubles, I can even give you a live demo on our voice channel. So yeah, that's about it.
Thank you, Rebecca. Coming to introduce more of the core team, like Rebecca is with us, there is also Vidya, who is managing different things of communication with you guys and program management. Rebecca itself is the lead program manager. And how about you come on board, guys?
Okay, let's bring them on stage.
Yes.
That's Rebecca. Hi guys, excited to meet you all. That's Purva.
Okay.
And we have with us Purva as well, who will be guiding you throughout the program. You can ask her questions whenever you have.
Hello guys, we welcome you at Timechain Summer of Code.
You guys must be receiving mails from Rebecca, Vidya, and Purva. I request you all not to miss on those mails because that carry a lot of critical information that will actually help us in allocating points, giving certificates, and your growth program. So it's really important for you to not to miss the mails from us.
Yeah, the mail carries a lot of information which we want to convey to you. So please look out for any mails or on the Discord channel or on the WhatsApp announcement group. Please pay attention to all of them.
Okay. So that's about it. This is the
All
team
right,
which.
guys. Yes, the questions and support, whatever you guys need, we are there to provide. We'll just answer whatever questions you have right now. Make sure your queries are handled before we close this session.
Okay. So one question is by Palak. So she's asking, how is a blockchain different from other blockchains?
It's a question we can ask to the project managers when the project begins.
And most of the questions I've tried to answer in the chat itself. They were pretty easy. Here's one question by Sahil. Can we also use OutSystem plugins?
System plugins for? System plugins for?
He has not mentioned that. Sahil,
Sahil, what do you mean by system plugins and for what?
okay, moving on. We have the question about the GitHub repos. So Arpit is questioning about the GitHub repos. Why are they not active yet?
Oh, yes. So the projects are constructed as private as of now, and the only people who are added to the project will have access to that repo in the initial phases, at least for the first phase of the projects before they are made public. So that's why you don't see it yet.
Here is another important question by Ikram. We need to bust this myth. Each project has same scope for scoring points or different points based on difficulty level.
Yes, so each project has many issues. So it depends on the issue, not on the project.
Not on the
So the
project.
issue has the point, not the project. So there could be difficult issues in the project also that carry large points. There is some element of Bitcoin in every single project. So the biggest issue does carry the 70 points of the blockchain architecture side of things. And there are different issues that give you many different variations of points. In every single project, you have that. So that I hope helps you in clearing that doubt and that myth. As Rebecca said, that many people ask questions, that not only the advanced projects have the highest points. It's nothing like that. There are low-level issues in the advanced project. Most of them are medium issues. Most of the work actually is non-smart contract based, normal application development. Only a small part of the project is smart contract development.
Okay. Next one is from Naseem. As we know, there are 30 plus projects. If I want to know about some projects and what technology involved in it, where can I get those information about the projects? Naseem, it will be updated on our website. So on our website, we'll have a page called projects. So everything will be updated there.
There is technology stack mentioned for each project there.
Yes. So Swami is asking where can we find the learning resources that Sir mentioned. It will be all available on Discord. So in order to proceed with the program, you will need to be there on Discord because Discord is our main means of communication.
Yes, guys, as Rebecca said, we need to be hands-on with Discord, and you need to be added on Discord to know about any further developments that take place in this program. So please make sure that you're added there.
Tanmay is asking, are we allowed to choose multiple projects?
No, that's the
So
clear answer.
yeah, the basic
Want you to focus.
idea. Yeah, Rohan, you can continue.
Yes, we want you to focus on one project so that you take ownership of it and the project also comes to a completion, and you are able to learn because you go ahead with the project even when you are stuck in any phase of the project. So if we allow you to do multiple projects, what happens is the easy issues get solved in every project, but you're not breaking through the barriers of making sure you choose one project that's aligning with your skill set and the direction you want to go and take it to completion. So it's only one project that we want to have you focus upon. So it's very important to take your time, interact with us. We will allocate you different projects based on what we think, and you guys also are coming in with what your interests are and what your skill sets is. So we come to a ground of which project is best suited for you, and make sure you follow through on that project for the next 3 months.
Priya is asking, are we allocated new project on the completion of previous one?
If that project is completed, yes, that you will be allocated a new project. So every 1 month we have that review session. At that session, we can also reassign different projects to different people.
Shobit has a question here. The project levels are different, so I think it will be difficult to decide from its description and text. Will we be meeting with different project mentors for understanding them?
Yes, so you will be meeting, you'll have a kickoff session for each project, So there is already, if you want to have questions answered for the different projects, to dig deeper into it in order to decide which project you want to go into, we can have a session or a channel on Discord. Rebecca probably already have, where you can ask that, and we'll help you handle for which project you want certain question answered. So we'll answer that question for that particular project.
So Ikram has a question about the project. Suppose there's a specific point for front end landing page. I guess suppose I'm finished contributing to the front end of my one project. Can I move to another? Like,
Certainly, that's what we are supporting. That um once you are done with one project, or let's say you're done with front end side of things, and you want to move on to, let's say, back end, learning back end and supporting in that way, you can do that as well.
we have answered this question before. If someone begins with a basic and then wants to advance, then yeah, we will basically shift you like based on the feedback from the mentors on the project managers will be handling you. Yeah, we can also allow you to contribute to an advanced project after you have progressed with a beginner friendly
But
project.
the switch only happens in once in a month. That's the time you have to wait. That's why you have to make sure 1 month you have to stick to at least one project.
Okay, so Sahil is back with his follow up. So our system is also a low code platform, as so we can also use them in this.
You can suggest projects of integrating the low code platform you're suggesting, and we can take that up as a project.
Someone wants to know the issues that we will be having in a project.
You mean the issues in terms of
Like if
programming side, or the project actual issues of GitHub?
the GitHub issues, I suppose.
Yes, so every single project is getting broken down into phases on the roadmap in Jira, which is a project management tool. You will also be added there by the project manager. There you will see a roadmap as well as a epic, different epics for every single project, the phases of it. Every epic broken down, every module basically broken down into multiple stories into multiple issues, all created and having labels of different difficulty levels and points that they carry. And once you resolve those issues or that part of the module, um, you get that point. So you're basically interacting all the time with the project manager, making sure the issues are on track, and you develop it in that way very closely. It's back and forth. There are also more issues created by you, so you can then work upon them, and then they're given labels. You raise the pull request, merge it, and get the ones.
We need to give some clarity to Dhruv. There are mostly exam months going on for at least the given month. Could the first month 300 points be altered a bit? There is no criteria for scoring 300 months in the first month itself. 300 is the overall criteria for you to complete the program. Like in order to be eligible for the certificate of completion that you have successfully completed the program, you need to score 300 in the period of 90 days. The first month criteria is basically for those top performers who we will be selecting them to work with the mentors on site, that is in Timechain Citadel in Hyderabad. So Dhruv, yeah, that is the clarification that you need to have. So here we have another question. Can we integrate cloud services too for web dev projects?
Of course, we are using cloud services for different projects. All of them have a backend, so they have cloud services, AWS, Google Cloud, I think those are not mentioned in the tech stack part of it or the skills part of it because they are given. It's not part of a skill, but rather the tools we use.
I think we have mentioned AWS
In some places we have, yeah.
Bitcoin distributed file system. So this is not just for Imanchu, but for everyone. Yes, guys, you can learn a new tech stack while contributing. So that's the kind of environment we are trying to foster through Timechain Summer of Code. I guess this program is mostly targeted towards the Web2 developers who are trying to transition to Web3 and also to beginners who are trying to understand Bitcoin. So yeah, we'll be circulating ton of resources. We already have circulated the certification program to understand what Bitcoin is. So like that, there'll be more resources up, and you can basically learn and then start contributing to the projects that you will be selecting. Okay, so for the other questions, some of them are already answered, and some are too I'll answer them in the Discord. So for now, I think we are good with the live stream. So yeah.
Thank you so much, guys, for joining us and looking forward to working with you very closely in the program in the coming 3 months. I look forward for successful completion of many of these projects and thumbs up. Looking forward to you.
Guys, do not miss out on any information on
And
WhatsApp and Discord, of course, but keep an eye out there.
yeah, so all those who have more questions, we'll have a casual conversation sometime like the way we had yesterday. So yeah, Discord is the place to be. Like I have not answered a lot of questions because they already been addressed before. So let's connect on Discord.
Yes. And don't miss out on any information on WhatsApp because there we disclose the next step. How to. Thank you guys. Whoever has not joined the WhatsApp group, you guys can mail us.
I'll just send a link here in the chat.
Okay, let's send the link here in the chat so that, yes. I can see people have still not joined WhatsApp, so let's just add them.
There will be a deep dive session. I won't go much. I'm closing this session in which we'll cover every single project in detail as well as the blockchain. My own session, basically, in which we'll cover a lot of the projects.
Yeah, sounds good.
Closing off, guys. See you.
Please be in touch on Discord.